LeGaard. I'm a freshman from the suburbs of Philadelphia, and I'm a dual major with Newhouse Photography and the iSchool.
Why did you want to play Survivor Syracuse?
I wanted to play Syrvivor Syracuse because my family's been fans of the show for literally as long as I can remember. I think it's been running about as long as I've been alive. So it's my dream to be on the actual show, and I figure this is as close as I can get for now. So winning this would be a pretty cool gateway to the actual show.
How would one of your friends describe you as a person?
I think my friends would describe me as an introvert and an extrovert, depending on the situation I'm put in and what I need to be. But I think I lean more on the introverted side, which could help or hurt me. I don't really know. I think they'd say I'm a strategic thinker. They might call it overthinking, but if you give me a scenario, I can and will think through every single possible outcome and try not to let that stress me out. But I think that's how they would characterize me.
So, what type of player do you consider yourself to be? More social, more physical, something else? What do you think?
I think I'm definitely a social and physical player. I think definitely more on the social side. I mean, I can handle my own in physical challenges, I think, but by no means would I be put on a brawn tribe. From watching the show, I definitely know how important relationships are, and when you're sitting at the final three, what it comes down to is your social game. So I'm definitely gonna put a focus on that. But like I said, I can hold my own in physical challenges too.
So, what are some of your strengths and then some of your weaknesses?
I think the biggest strength of mine is that I've seen the show. I know how important every aspect of your game is, like the social game, physical game. You need to have skills in both. I also know that this game is so unpredictable. You can't really come in with any sort of detailed strategy, and I'm going to do this. I know to anticipate twists and new styles of gameplay because every season there's something different, and that's what keeps the show exciting. You can't take anything for granted. I think having seen the show and loved it and watched it for years and years, I don't think I'm really going to be surprised by anything. I think a weakness of mine would be trusting others too much. I think, obviously you don't want that to end in a blindside, but if a blindside were to occur with me as the victim, in hindsight, I don't think I could be that surprised about it. But then also something else would be people have said I'm hard to read before, which could help in, keeping secrets is a big part of the game and it's important to be able to. But I obviously don't want it to end in a blindside when my alliance doesn't know how to read me, so that could go either way.
So, if you have one, what's your favorite Survivor player and why?
I've watched the show forever, so my favorite Survivor player is probably Joe Anglim. He's been on it like 3 times, I think, and each time he's gotten further and further, and I think he's gotten smarter with his gameplay and sitting next to different people each time and being able to make it further, I think is what makes a good player. He calls himself adaptable all the time. He's like the hipster kind of guy, but he's so adaptable and he's always had a target on his back, but doesn't let that get to his head. And I think, not that I'm going to be, I think, voted out for being a challenge threat or something. Being confident in your game is key. And if I could, I'd love to emulate his gameplay, even though he didn't win. I think maybe fourth time for him, and through me is the time he wins.
With not knowing anyone in this game, do you have a strategy heading into it?
I wouldn't say I have a strategy coming into the game. Again, I don't know anyone else who's playing, and I know that the game inherently has so many twists that the minute you think you know what's about to happen, the complete opposite happens. So I think it would be a little naive to come into the game saying I'm going to act this way and I'm going to do these things and this is what's going to come out of those things, just because I know that that's, you laugh at the people when you watch on TV who are so confident and then get blindsided or lose an alliance member. But that being said, and knowing what kind of person I am and what kind of fan I am of the show, I think I'm going to kind of fly under the radar.
Yeah.
I think I'm definitely not going to be the person that everyone knows everything about right away and is that person. That's not me. The game is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So I'm going to set my pace before I worry about increasing, decreasing speed.
So how will you set yourself apart in this game? Whether that be talk to everyone, set an alliance real quick, look for idols as much as you can. What do you think?
I think there are going to be a lot of people who underestimate me because I'm a freshman and I don't know how many other freshmen are playing compared to seniors or something, but I think I'm going to use my knowledge of how players have played the real game, good and bad, people who make mistakes and people who take a stroke of luck and it works out for them. Sometimes it doesn't. I'm definitely going to be on the idol hunt. I'm new to campus, but I'm not dumb around campus, so we'll see how that works out for me. But I don't know. I think I have to meet everyone else and find out how other people are branding themselves for the game before I figure out how I'm going to brand myself.
So a hidden question, just throw it in there to
Okay.
everyone. So of course there's going to be a twist to this season. How do you prepare / plan for a twist that you don't necessarily see coming?
I don't think you can prepare or plan for a twist. Obviously, if you knew there was going to be a twist, then it's not a twist. But I think just accepting that it's going to happen, and the best way to prepare for it is by not letting yourself be surprised by it. Don't get too comfortable, because I think that happens a lot too frequently in the real game, where you set an alliance and you get set really rock hard with it and you don't open your eye to the possibility of something happens, someone being voted out, or someone, medical leave happens, whatever. But just don't let yourself be surprised by it.
Why do you think you're the winner?
I think I could win this game because, like I said, I'm a freshman. I don't know how many other freshmen there are. I think I'm gonna be underestimated a little bit in the beginning. Maybe they might look at me and see that I'm a freshman and I'm a number in an alliance, whether it's with them or against them. And I think just because I love this game and it's a dream of mine to be on the real show, that if I get to that point and I can say that I won Syrvivor Syracuse, I think that would be very cool. So I'm in it for the long haul. Follow me on social media. I'm stoked to be playing this game that I love so much. Jeff Probst, if you ever see this, don't be surprised if you see my face again in a few years. When I auditioned for the real show. But for now, the challenge is on, and I'm ready for it. Hi, my name is Erica LeGaard, and welcome to my Syrvivor Syracuse pregame interview.